what a joke that is, and in more ways than you may think. Because in actual fact, Hillary is going in every which way trying to distance herself from this one, and one of the latest things she said is, the server did it. Rise of the machines or what? So we're expected to believe that the Secretary of State, who insisted on having her own personal email server in the loop, didn't realise how a server worked. Didn't realise that it stored copies of the emails and their root and the IP addresses which they went to. And that, believe it or not, is the most important thing. Now the media are trying to focus all of our attention on the content of these emails. That, oh, she sent classified emails. But in actual fact, the type of classified information that she would have in an email is of strictly limited use. Now, some mileage has been made about the fact that they contain what is called satellite targeted information, so possibly American enemies could get hold of satellite capabilities. However, since the Snowden disclosures, they've got a pretty good idea of what those capabilities are in any case. And there's been other well publicised demonstrations, including using drones to hack into computers as they fly overhead, and doing it automatically, and downloading hard drives and all sorts of things like that. So what is the real problem? And what is the media trying to distract us from? The real problem is the actual email headers, not the contents of the emails themselves. And the reason for this is how secure email servers and government servers in general and routers work. And the way they work, they sit on the internet like a ghost. If a hacker tries to ping their IP address, they don't respond, they don't exist. Unless the incoming message is an authorised message which has certain characteristics, as far as the rest of the internet is concerned, that particular portal simply does not exist. That IP address is just a black hole, of which there are many on the internet. So why is this such a big deal? Well, to be honest, with a secure server, that is its main arsenal of security, if you like. The fact that you can't discover it's there. Because if you know that a secure server or a secure router is at a particular address, then you can concentrate your efforts on that. You can do distributed denial of service attacks, you can do all sorts of things where if you didn't know that that address actually held anything of value, you simply wouldn't bother, because there are millions of these black holes on the internet. However, the email headers, particularly of emails received by Hillary, would have contained a routing tracing that email's route through all kinds of secure servers, and not just US government servers as well. Remember that she was in the State Department. So she had emails from all sorts of heads of foreign states, all sorts of security services like MI5, presumably Israeli security services as well. And these all have their own secure networks which would have been compromised totally. And this is why the media are playing such a big song and dance about the actual content of the email. And the actual content of the email compared to the actual header is valueless. But you consider this, that was an unsecured server, and it's already been admitted that the Russians, the Chinese, and anyone else with an interest probably knew everything that was on that server. Therefore they have copies of the headers. Therefore they're hackers, and we all know the Chinese army has entire hacking divisions of hundreds of tech-trained Chinese soldiers attempting to hack the West all the time. They have actually had months to penetrate these secure servers and routers. And if they're typical hackers, what they will have done is they will have compromised them and tried to leave not a trace. And if they are government-sponsored hackers, which they probably are, they've probably got other tools on there as well. So even if you change the IP address of that server or of that router, then the new IP address will be pinged from just once to a Chinese website, to a Russian website, to wherever, in order to let the master who now controls that machine know exactly where that router is. So these networks are now pretty thoroughly compromised as a result of Hillary Clinton's bungling. Now it may be that the Secretary of State did not indeed realise exactly how the internet and email servers work. I don't know. But it is for sure that she did not follow the DoD protocols for maintaining a secure server. We know this. She's given back the server mostly wiped, and well, let's just hope that whoever wiped it for her, I doubt if she did it herself, did a good job. The thing is that using forensic software and forensic disk analysis, which they can do, in fact people like the FBI will go so far as to mount a disk platter on a electron microscope and actually read buried data optically, effectively. And in this sort of a case, this is exactly what they will do. So even if you have used something like a file shred utility and you've flipped the bits on it 20 times and you've written loads of random garbage, it is still possible for large chunks of the data to actually be recovered using these methods. The only real way to destroy a hard drive is to physically destroy it. And we're talking not smashing it, it can still be reconstructed from a smashed hard drive. Don't worry about that. There are places which will actually glue smashed hard drives onto a new platter and read off most of the information. So that won't do it. What you actually have to do is take an oxyacetylene torch and melt the thing into slag. That is the only real secure way to destroy a hard drive, and I don't believe that Hillary or her servants have done that. So I'll be waiting with great interest to see what the next few months bring. If they don't bring more allegations of lots and lots of strange misdoings on the part of Madam Clinton, then I would suggest that the whole thing is being sat on as a cover-up. Because at the end of the day, it's possible to recover the data if they're motivated to do it, and I would suggest in this case they probably are. But as I said, the actual contents, what's being damaging to Hillary, are not the real issue. And this is why there is so much embarrassment over this. This is why there is so much misdirection, misguiding people towards thinking, oh, the contents are the important thing, but they're not. It's the headers. It's the exposed government IP addresses, the secret servers, the secret routers that are the big risk, and this is international. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you have, please like, please share, and please subscribe. Thank you very much.